What's good, YouTube? It's Andy from kaizentcg. Run a six-figure online Pokemon business. This video, I wanted to talk about the Logan Paul boom. So, some of you are aware there's a Illustrator Pikachu that he's putting on sale on Golden Auctions that is ending next month, and it's a one-of-one PSA 10. There's controversy behind the Illustrator because it's been rumored to be regraded a bunch of times from a 9 to hit a 10. But currently, it's sitting at 5.1 million with the buyer's premium of, it's like 22%. So it puts it at around 6 million right now with a month left to go. And Logan paid around 5 million, 5.5 million for it. So, chances are, who knows, it could break a record, or it's probably the record right now if it's 6 million and gets paid for, to be the most expensive TCG card of all time. And who knows where it ends. It could be 10 mil, 12, 15, we don't know. My guess is it's going to be between 8 and 10. But what do I know? I don't know. There's big players in the game like Kevin O'Leary, the guy that bought the one-of-one Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan signature card for over $12 million. And the point of the video today was to talk about, the last time Logan Paul, brought a lot of attention to the hobby, getting into, first edition, base boxes, opening those, and the $30,000 Bulbasaur and stuff like that. Vintage went crazy. Modern was okay. It didn't go crazy, but vintage went bananas, right? So I'm thinking, if this card breaks all-time record to over 10 million, 12 million, it's gonna, be all over the news and everything like that. And, give them credit. They're doing a good job with marketing and giving attention towards this auction. It's actually quite genius with their marketing, with the Netflix TV show and all the news outlets and all the negativity of all the scamming. The negativity feeds into the attention, right? So it's getting insane amount of attention. And imagine if it breaks the record, the amount of attention that's gonna get. Just because, I have friends that don't know anything about the TCG, but they hit me up and they're like, hey, Logan Paul's putting up a $5 million Pokemon card. Like, they started digging into it, and they love sports and stuff. So even for them, they're like, oh, it piqued their interest, right? And I think, depending on what the number is, all the news outlets and everything are gonna, make a story about it. And it's gonna bring in a new wave of money and investors and collectors into the hobby. And I feel like, we're brewing up for another leg up here. Just because, things are rebounding. I don't know if you guys have your stuff you're tracking on Collector, or you pay attention to Z&G auction blocks, Probstein, and just local sales and stuff like that. A lot of stuff's picking up, man. Streamers are doing better than ever. I talked to local streamers here that sell Canada and US. They're doing great. And one card I was looking at is the Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh Pikachu, like a month ago, was 1,300, 1,400. Today it's back up to 2K, like consistent sales. You can go in Z&G auction block and take a look. And the all-time high, it was at 25. So, and there's like 40,000 pop of that card in the wild. So yeah, I would just say, as a seller, be prepared, or if there are things that, vintage stuff, things that are desirable, might be a good time to consider, you know, your opportunities to offload if we enter this boom here. And then if you're a buyer, just be cautious, just because things are going crazy and you never know, you know, the all-time highs and stuff like that. Like going back during COVID, I was buying, when I was getting into Gym Challenge, Rocket and stuff like that, I was buying first edition cards. They were going crazy. Like I remember base set 9s were going for like 8 to 10,000 USD. It was going absolutely bananas, right? So I would just caution that if you're buying into vintage and stuff like that, if as we enter this boom, just be mindful, just be careful. Might be, you know, overpaying for some stuff, but if you're selling, you know, some things might be 5-10x. It's not a bad idea to, you know, take profits. And then in the future, you never know, it might come down. You can buy back cheaper. Otherwise, you know, don't know how the boom will be and how long it will last. It could be just a flash in the pan, but it'll be, when it happens, it's a frenzy. And when that frenzy happens, like when you're in it, it's like, oh, you want to hold out for top dollar, this and that, but it could just go away like this. And then, you know, instead of selling for 10x, you end up selling for, you know, 5-6x, which is not bad. But, you know, for me, my plan, the modern stuff, I'm always continually just buying and selling as it goes up and down, just because it's plentiful. I can always restock it. For vintage stuff, if it's something super scarce, then I'll consider my exit point. And obviously if it goes like astronomical and like the prices just get stupid, then, you know, I'll offload and take the money if it makes sense. But yeah, I feel the winds are changing, and I was looking also at the Umbreon, right? The Umbreon is usually like the leading indicator for like modern, and you know, Umbreon and Van Gogh, they're up quite a bit because Umbreon's back up to 3K, and then like 35, even 3,500 USD, and it was down to like 27. So 3,500 USD for the Umbreon VMAX there. And even the prismatic Umbreon is up. It was because I, like 2 weeks ago, I grabbed one for about 4,000 Canadian, and then now it's sitting at like anywhere from 5 to 6 within like 2 weeks, which is crazy, right? This market is absolutely wild, you know. So as a collector, I don't know, as a buyer, if things are booming like this crazy, I would just be very patient and, you know, sit on cash and just wait until things subside, because it's gonna, this illustrator is gonna bring some hype for sure. And a lot of new money, dumb money if you want to call it, are gonna come in and they're gonna make a splash. And everything's driven up. Like, just look at One Piece, you know, things are hitting all-time highs like every day, which is wild. And you know, that money will, some of that, you know, those will flow back, and we gotta send it. It's working out to be like a perfect storm almost in a way, because we got Ascended Heroes coming end of this month in 2 weeks. Not many packs, so be careful with that. Don't overpay for Ascended Heroes. And then next month, so the end of that auction block with the illustrator, we're gonna get the ETBs come in, and the ETBs will be stupid price as well. I would wait like 6 months or a year before I would get into Ascended Heroes, unless you can just go to your local shop and get it for MSRP, and maybe have some fun ripping it, but you're not gonna rip that many packs. So, you know, I think things are shaping up to get really crazy. And now I could be wrong. It could fizzle out, but I just think that, you look at, you know, the other markets of like gold and silver's all-time high, Bitcoin's recovering, and usually when Bitcoin does well, Pokemon tends to follow, at least modern, because a lot of people will, use crypto to fund certain Pokemon purchases. So, it kind of goes hand in hand sometimes. So I think that we're brewing up for a crazy, crazy setup here. And who knows, it could be a blow off top during the 30th, because that's what happened last cycle when the 25th anniversary, the celebration was the blow off top, and then it started to decline after that. Now there was a lot of other factors, so who knows, this could be a sustained bull run. It's never, super cycle or whatever you want to call it, because it feels like this bull run's been longer than any bull run I've experienced. So word of caution, just be careful out there. Are you guys following the PSA 10 Illustrator Golden Auction? And what are you doing if we're booming? Are you buying? Are you selling? Drop in the comments below. I appreciate everybody checking out the video. And if you enjoyed the video, give like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Peace.